This video is on short action non-magnums and some of the reasons why I personally prefer short action non-magnums for 99% of my hunting. Here's a quick list of all the different calibers that either I have hunted with, that I owned, or friends of mine had and I loaded for them, that we have shot deer, elk, and antelope with all of them. What you see in front of you is the 308, 7mm-08, and 6.5 Creedmoor. The reason I have multiples of some of these up is this is showing the Hornady A-Max and the Hornady ELDM, which are two bullets I've used for a while. The 168 grain A-Max out of the 308 with muzzle velocities at almost 2,800 feet per second. I have killed more animals with that load than any other load, including elk. I've killed 6 elk to date with that load, and not a one of them did I have to track, and I've shot them at over 400 yards with that load. Excellent load. I have not yet shot anything with a 7mm-08. That's the Hornady ELDX you see loaded in that one. Then we have a Hornady ELDX here in the 6.5 Creedmoor, and the Nosler Accubon long range. I actually have not shot any animals with those two yet, but I have with the 140 grain ELDM, which performs incredibly well out of that load. There's a debate you see of, why the 7mm-08 rules them all, or everybody has their bias. At the end of the day, when you're looking at short action non-magnums, which are good for all huntable big game in North America, I would suggest using a heavier bullet in something like a 300 Win Mag if you're going to hunt grizzly bear. But these bullets will all do the job. And when you're talking about elk, mule deer, antelope, and we'll add white-tailed deer into that group too, if you are taking an ethical shot with any one of these rounds from the muzzle out to about 500 yards, you are not going to notice enough of a difference to say any one of them's any better than the other. When you start breaking that 500 yard plane, which most hunters will agree is definitely breaking ethical fair game chase. Some people think it's perfectly ethical. I have mixed feelings on long range hunting. I believe you should be a better hunter, although you should always be a good shooter and place an ethical shot, but become a better hunter and don't rely on your shooting. But when you start breaking that 500 yard plane, that's when you see these guys start surpassing that 308 in a hurry. In fact, with the current velocities I'm getting, this guy right here will outperform just about any factory loaded 180 grain or less 300 Win Mag at over 500 yards because of the coefficiency of the bullet. If you're looking at coefficiencies and bullet options, your 7mm-08, if you can get your velocities and accuracy to shoot, will start surpassing them all at longer ranges. I have found with my 7mm-08 and my buddies, in trying to load for it, they are designed for roughly that 130 to 150 grain range in bullets with their rate of twist, and you have to get into the 162s to the 175s to really get them to outperform the Creedmoor, and you got to get them bullets moving at pretty high muzzle velocities to outperform the Creedmoor. I have not been able to do it accurately yet, so I'm going to still go back to the Creedmoor is better at those longer ranges, as I have never had trouble shooting sub half MOA groups with any of my Creedmoors, to where I can take a longer shot more ethically with it, even though it may not quite have the energy of the 7mm-08. So when it really comes down to it, and you're looking at short action non-magnums, buy whichever one you want. If you want a 6.5 Creedmoor, buy a 6.5 Creedmoor, or 7mm-08, or a 308. When it comes to ethical, practical hunting ranges, you will not see enough of a difference in the animals you shoot to say that any one is actually any better than the other. I've been shooting my 6.5 Creedmoors for a long time, long before they became overly popular. And I used 243 brass to convert, because back then Creedmoor brass was not available. Now with this big craze in Creedmoor, you can get brass. But if you're considering the different reasons why one might be better than the other, say you're taking a hunting trip, for some reason getting out the door, or you're flying somewhere, all of a sudden I can't find my ammo and I still need to hunt. I'm going to go to the store and buy some ammo. Just about anywhere you go, they're going to have 308. Good luck getting the other two in a factory load. So when you start looking at it has more than enough energy to do the job, readily available ammunition, efficient, the cost per round, your 308 starts to stand out as a pretty fair, pretty clear winner. But again, it's all personal preference. Get what you want, hunt ethically. You will not see enough of a difference between these three particular cartridges if you're shooting the right bullets out to 400 or 500 yards on a good broadside shot. All of them are going to perform almost identical. So no, there is no one that is truly better than another. They all have different reasons why you may prefer one over the other, and you should go with that one. I like them all. I change it up. Like I said, I haven't killed anything with the 7mm-08 yet, so this fall I'm planning on doing most of my hunting with the 7mm-08, even though the 308 is more than tried and true, and so is the 6.5 Creedmoor. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and when you're looking at different calibers you want, pick one, shoot it, make sure it's accurate. If it's not accurate, get rid of the gun. If it's accurate, make sure you know the energies and how that bullet performs so that you can take an ethical shot and limit your range well within that ethical limit of the energy and velocity of that bullet. Because there's other short action non-magnums, say like the 243. It's a great deer gun, a little lacking on elk, but it works. That wouldn't even compare in here, and that's why I don't have them in this group.